What's going on, guys? Mike here down at the radio station. I'm able to jump on Facebook Live. GM George is over there holding down the fort. Manny Machado has signed with the San Diego Padres for 10 years, $300 million, some crazy deal. Money was the X factor. White Sox fans, I want to know how you are feeling right now. We knew the tides were turning this way. We knew the momentum was going this way. A lot of people were talking about San Diego becoming this mystery team out of nowhere. And, I feel really bad. This has been a really bad offseason for Major League Baseball. White Sox fans have been very patient. This was a year that they felt they were in it. But here's the bottom line. If you feel you're in the race to get one of these awesome free agents, you have to go all in. Now, we will find out where these reports are, but 10 years, $300 million is a lot of money. I agree with you with that. Mike Cooley, shout out to you. But fact remains is you have to go get your guy. Go get your guy. You need to get a starting point somewhere. Now, here's the thing. Both San Diego and the White Sox have great young talent. And they had the money. They have the prospect of getting better over the next few years. But if it became a money issue, you had to bet on yourself. And you had to put yourself in a position to get the best player available. That's what this comes down to. This wasn't about trading assets. This wasn't about, laundering your future. This was about money you had to spend. And after this whole process, for you not to be in that position, you've had this whole time. What else were you planning for? You should have. I think this is a failure on the White Sox organization. Just as much as the Cubs are for not being in this race for any one of these players, this was a failure for the White Sox front office. If you knew you had to sell a little bit harder because for some reason the league thinks you're not as attractive as being the White Sox organization, then you had to put more ante in the middle, and they didn't do that. That's the point. That's where we're at right now. If San Diego can do that, you had no choice. You have no excuse. And we'll find out. Now, the thing about this organization is the same organization that runs the Bulls. They'll try to sell you and say, we were in it. We made a smart decision. No. Where else is the money going to? Who else are you paying? You're holding Eloy Jimenez in minor leagues for an extra 2 weeks so that you can have him for 7 controllable years. Don't tell me to pay anybody else like the Cubs are doing with Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo and that nonsense. Your window is when you decide it is. And right now, the White Sox have players where that's the case. You're going to have a team with Yohan Moncada, Eloy Jimenez. The pitching staff looks great with Dylan Cease and, Magico coming up in the outfield. Tim Anderson. They have a nice squad. And they didn't do right by that team. They didn't add another asset. They have an opportunity. It's so rare. This is what you live for in sports. It's for the chance to get a franchise-changing player. And they didn't go for it. They didn't go for it. How often are you able to get a generational talent? No matter the price. So here we are now. 2 teams in Chicago that had everything it took to get 2 major free agents, and one of them is gone to a team that has no better chance than the White Sox do. There's no reason you could tell me that the White Sox were not a better destination than San Diego. Obviously, San Diego is awesome state, whatever, it's an awesome city, love California. But is the organizational wise? And in the American League, now you're playing in the National League, so you don't have the availability of being a DH unless the league changes. But beyond just Manny Machado, man, I'm not mad at Manny. Make your money, Manny. Make your money. But if you're the White Sox and you put your fans through this all offseason, and you knew the rumblings of where the money was, and then you see this mystery team in San Diego come out, and you don't go all in, knowing full well this was the guy you're going to go for, if they don't get Bryce Harper, this is a failure on that organization. No matter how great, mind you, this rebuild has built with some of these young players, he's a major league ready superstar. And you didn't get him. That's not good. That's a detriment to this organization. So I want to know, though, what you guys think about this signing. Manny Machado is now a San Diego Padres, 10 years, $300 million. How upset are you, White Sox fans? Now that you know that, is it even more upsetting that Eloy Jimenez will not be up for the first few weeks in the Major League season? What do you do now? Do you go all in on the second tier of free agents? I mean, and look it. I get it. The whole Manny Machado thing said he didn't hustle. But today, Javier Baez says that he doesn't hustle in every single play. I don't buy that stuff. Because baseball is not about who's trying harder, who's hustling. It's a craft. It's a skill. What's more important is you have to have the talent and you have to have a bite at the apple. And neither one of these teams did that this offseason between the Cubs and the White Sox. And here we are now. February 19th. And the first guy finally signs. After all offseason, after positioning yourself, and neither one of them landed in Chicago. Yeah, I'm a little heated about that. And I'm not mad at the player. Make your money. Make your money. Because the Cubs are the same organization that now have a deal with Sinclair. Right? They have no problem, though, trying to take all over Wrigleyville. Right? But they don't have money for Bryce Harper or Manny Machado. What about the White Sox, though? Nobody believes in us. You know, we're the underdog. We're the second-class city, organization in the city. And then you have a chance for a superstar who is interested. You've been in on it all offseason. And you fall flat on your face. And if the deal is, if we find out that the White Sox didn't offer 10 years, $300 million, then if they were at 8 years, 250, 225, yeah, you deserve it. We'll have a lot of more news coming, discussions, all of that. Need some time to pose our thoughts. We have work to do here at the radio station. Check us out. Mike Cooley, I see all your comments. I'll talk about them on the next Sports from the Couch, I promise. We already did an episode that was before all this, so make sure you guys are paying attention to that. It's on Facebook right now, but we will do an updated episode later on this week. Love you guys. Manny Machado is now a San Diego Padre. Cub fans, Sox fans, what do you guys think? We have more on this on Sports from the Couch. Love you guys. We'll talk to you later.